Hi, I'm Senator Malcolm Roberts and I'm with Tony Scrimshaw, our One Nation candidate for the state seat of Nanango in the coming state election. Tony, tell us something about yourself, mate.
Yeah, I'm English born, came to Australia in 72, joined the military at 19 and
Australian Army?
Australian Army and Navy, in fact. I swapped over, but I had some amazing experiences and I'll tell you a quick one. Went to Sandakan in 1995 for the death camps, Australia members, and it was a moving experience to have 6 of the original survivors.
That's the Japanese
from the Japanese soldiers coming through, and they all thought they were going home, but sadly many of them never returned back to the home country.
So that's where your pride in our country comes, and that's why you want to do something for our country.
Very much so. I served my country for 14 years and I loved every opportunity.
Yeah, and that would be very moving, that Sandy camp.
Very much so. Look, it was a cloudy day, it's a bit like today, and the sun just came out of nowhere, straight on the cesspool where these gentlemen jumped into.
Hid themselves.
Yeah, hid themselves until they could get away from the islands.
And what else have you done in Australia?
When I got out of the military, I did tourism. So I drove all over this great country with a big trailer behind me doing safari work. That was amazing, meeting some amazing people, and the history.
The tours.
Yeah, the coach tours, and you know, just seeing and meeting people who built this country, like the telegraph line, you know, the Stuart Highway and the Gun Barrel Highway with Len Bedell.
Yep.
You know, just amazing. We've got so much history here, but we don't really recognise it.
And then after that?
I went over to Ireland for 6 years and I did drug and alcohol. I worked in aged care while I was over there for 6 years.
So you're used to serving people and looking after people?
Very much so. And I think that's why I've come to here today, you know, to be a part of One Nation. It's about people.
So why One Nation?
After last year, when I had the farmers and I had them collapsing in my arms for $3,000 from the government for the drought, that was enough. We've got to do more. We've got to fight for the rights of everybody that we serve, and I just want to take the voice of the electorate back to Parliament and make a difference in the electorate that I stand for.
So work for the people, serve the people because you care about the people.
Very much so, and if we don't care, if we don't serve, nothing gets done. We're just on this merry-go-round, and if we don't stop this merry-go-round, we'll never have a future and sustainability for the future.
Yeah, we're on a merry-go-round all right, but It's a spiral, it's a death spiral
Very much so.
under both Labor and Liberal.
Yep.
We've got to get some fresh thinking out there and actually just tap into what the people need, because people know what's needed.
Yes, yeah.
And so, what are some of the issues that you're hearing about in Nanango?
Some of the issues, we've got water. We've got a lack of water. Our dams are down to 13%, so we've got no water. One of the other dams has a lot of algae, so once it gets down under that, they have to clean it. Roads are a major problem. We've got no employment for the youth, so a lot of the youth have to leave the land and they have to go elsewhere.
And you've got electricity costs, and you've also got hypocrisy ruling our state right now. Not just from Anastasia Palaszczuk, but also from the Liberal Party, because the opposition leader is running in your electorate, right? And she made a promise about Tarong and then voted differently in the state parliament just a few days later.
Yeah, you know, the Tarong's only got 16 years of its life. And if we want
Tarong Power Station.
Tarong Power Station, if we want sustainable and cheap power, we have to have coal. But we can have other sorts of power, but we still need that coal power-fired station. And if it goes in 16 years, that means jobs, that's 600 jobs, that means businesses, that means part of the electorate will disappear.
And everyone across the state paying more if they don't replace it with a coal-fired power station, if they'll pay more for electricity. Already our electricity prices have doubled and heading for triple what they used to be, and we can get them back under half of what they are now.
Yeah. Oh, very much so, and we've only got one electricity supplier where we are, so it makes it very difficult to compete to reduce those power costs.
What gets up my nose, and gets up yours as well, is that the opposition leader was out at Tarong promising to support them, but then just days later voted amongst the 85 people who voted in favour of cutting coal.
Yeah.
So she says one thing and does another, and that's the hypocrisy that I
Yeah, and talking to staff out there, they're feeling the same way. They won't come out publicly and say it, but the feeling is that they've been let down again by another promise that's not going to be factual.
So what people of Queensland need are honesty and being fair dinkum. So vote 1 for Tony Scrimshaw at the coming state election.
Is that right?
Happy with that?